The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and more in southwestern Connecticut.
Good evening. Turn to the HAN Network. I'm Frank Renito sitting alongside Kevin Coleman. Chris Kutzo will join us shortly as we get our first look at the undefeated 10-0 Trumbull Eagles, who lead the FCIAC to this point in the season, and the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons looking to end a 6-game losing streak. Kevin, we just got to catch up with both coaches, and a little bit of different tales there. Let's start with the Trumbull Eagles and the key factor in this win streak, as Coach Tobish put it, senior leadership. He has got leaders who are making his life so easy.
You know what? That's all you can really ask for as a head. Yes, it makes his job easier, but this is one of the big reasons why this team is sitting 10-0 overall, Frank.
Doing so well to start the season. On the other side for Fairfield Ludlowe, speaking with Coach Kinsley, it's been a year of tough breaks, and there's no tougher break in sports than being injury-plagued, and that is what has happened to the Ludlowe Falcons. To this point in the season, still nowhere near 100% and missing some key players tonight, including the Serlin sisters. Peyton Brown still not back, one of those senior captains. So a shorthanded Falcons team with a tough task ahead of them here in Trumbull.
Yeah, it's a tough start to the season for them overall, sitting at 1-9. But Frank, this is a team, despite their record, this is still a team that fights hard every game. They give it their all. They've actually lost some pretty tough heartbreakers. You know, these are games that could have gone the other way. You may be looking at a Fairfield Ludlowe team that could be sitting at 500 right now, but unfortunately, they've looked at the losing end a few times.
No doubt that 1-9 is a record that does not resemble the effort that has been put forth in this group. Coach Kinsley really praising the girls, saying they've all bought in. They're standing some tough breaks, but no one has complained, and they have stepped up and really done what the coach has asked. Let's step aside quickly. When we get back, Kevin, we're going to have the starting lineups. Chris Kutzo joins us, and tip-off from the first quarter right here on the HAN Network.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back on the HAN network in the gymnasium at Trumbull High School, let's welcome in the 3rd member of our broadcast, standing across side behind the benches, Chris Kutzo. Chris,
what is going?
Go ahead.
What is going on, guys? I'm ready here for some Trumbull High basketball. These girls are really good, 4th ranked in the state. We talked to head coach Steve Tobich before the game, and he said that this is a very senior-laden team. Obviously, Claudia Tucci, Victoria Ray, and Taylor Brown are going to play a big factor here tonight.
Those are the 3 captains for the Eagles as we are underway with Tuesday night hoops here on the HAN network. Of course, bringing you all the action in the FCIAC. And right away, scoring inside is Claudia Tucci, who picks up the first 2 points of the night.
Big factor for this Trumbull Eagles team is Claudia Tucci, senior captain. She's been so good all year.
It's a 3-pointer on the way, off the mark. Good offensive board. And controlled again, going up the second time, no good. Tucci the rebound. And you got a great look right there on that first possession, Kevin. The press we expect to see a lot of from the Eagles tonight.
You do. Coming in, every team should know how good this defense can be for the Trumbull Eagles. But Frank, one of my big keys to tonight's game is box out. We didn't see the Trumbull Eagles box out there. Claudia Tucci there, luckily, couldn't get the rebound to go back in for the Ludlowe. You see the Trumbull Eagles on offense now.
And Tucci going to have a major height advantage inside. It was one of the concerns for Coach Kinsley as she thought that height could play a factor as it has so much this season. 3-pointer, no good, but the second effort off the offensive board, Tucci has got 4 points right away with the Eagles up 4-0.
And this could kill the Falcons all game long if this continues. They need to box out, especially Claudia Tucci. And Frank, something else that, if you're Fairfield Ludlowe, take care of the ball tonight. This is a really good defense for the Trumbull Eagles. Be careful with the ball. Look for high percentage shots.
And really, we talked about it in our last broadcast when we had West Hill and Danbury on Friday night doing hoops. Turnovers and, of course, free throws, and that has been a factor this year for the Falcons, who have struggled at times from the line.
And you know what? If you're Ludlowe, try and get the Eagles into foul trouble early. That's one of the things that I wrote down here is get it down low. You know, get Claudia Tucci in foul trouble early if you can. You know, this is one of the big ways that the Falcons want to stay and keep pace and win this game tonight. That's what they're going to try and do.
Great ballman, Lillian Traum and Erin O'Leary. For the Eagles, it'll be Claudia Tucci, Asling McGuire, Julia Keckler, Victoria Ray, and Taylor Brown, as we see our first turnover of the night, and it comes from the Trumbull Eagles with 5:38 remaining here in the first. Again, the pressure defense Forced pass from O'Leary is intercepted, and it's quickly turned into 2 points. That is Keckler with her first field goal of the night.
Too easy, Frank. Too easy right there.
And you could see O'Leary was under stress, the 5-second clock about to run out. Someone else had to come back and support as a big three-pointer that time coming from Bridget O'Leary as that ends the 6-0 run to start this game.
And Bridget O'Leary, she can hit it from downtown.
Answer at the other end.
She can find her stroke. Yeah, Frank.
Nope, I'm sorry, Kevin. No good was the answer. Second time around. In and out again, no good. Will there be a third chance on this possession? No. O'Leary the rebound. Kevin, I cut you off. Please finish.
No, I was just saying, if O'Leary can get her stroke going, this is one of the big reasons Falcons right there. You got to finish that if you're Lillian Traum.
Little miscommunication. So some sloppy play early on. Both teams feeling each other out. Trumbull will go to the bench for the first time this evening. We'll see Kristen Pagliaro along with Brady Ann Lynch. And that will be another major advantage, Kevin, for the Eagles, the depth they can use off the bench. We might see 7 or 8 players tonight for the Falcons just with the way the numbers are working.
And same goes for the Eagles. We know Coach Tobich likes to sub and sub often. This is a deep bench. Both teams should feel lucky. Of course, the Falcons have hit a little bit of an injury scare throughout the roster, but the Eagles, you see here, a nice lay-in. The Eagles have big depth, throughout their lineup. And Tobich has a lot to work with.
That was Brady Lynch with the bucket. 8-3 now the score. Good look that time. As trying to go cross-court was Kolika. Pass just got cut off before it could reach. Again, lots of substitutions being made early on. Kelly O'Leary gets her first action of the night.
Very close, being 5 seconds, Frank.
And that's the second time we've seen that, Kevin. Good pressure here, which we expect to see all night long from that Trumbull defense.
High intensity from this Trumbull Eagles defense here. They're on the ball immediately.
And Kevin, we just got an out-of-town update. Rom?
Yeah, Lillian Traum, nice layup there for a sophomore, looking very mature there.
And let's bring you these numbers now as Darien and Danbury are playing tonight, both in boys and girls. On the boys' side, Darien has started the game off with a 13-0 run as they lead over the Hatters early on in that one. Ball is dropped. They'll say it is last touched by the Trumbull Eagles. And with 3:08 remaining in the first and 3-point game, let's go across the court behind the benches and bring in Chris Kutzo. Chris.
Frank, Trumbull's doing a really good job of rebounding the basketball so far and moving it. But these scrappy Falcons are really playing tenacious, and they really want to make this close early.
Thank you, Chris, with under 3 minutes now to play in the first. Second turnover of the night we have seen from the Trumbull Eagles. Still maintaining that 3-point lead, though, Kevin.
We've seen so far this season, they have turned the ball over, but where they make it up is their defense, like you're seeing right here, Frank. They held Stanford to 36 points. The defending state champions and FCIAC champions, 36 points. Very impressive.
Shot inside, no good from Traum, just a little too strong. And you look at some of the numbers for both these teams this season. Trumbull is averaging 51 points per game. That is compared to 39 for the Falcons. But again, holding teams to 30 on the season as Tucci picks up points 5, 6, and 7 to expand the lead to 6. Ludlowe is allowing 52 points per game. So both these teams opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to the statistics in the conference.
Nice three.
Call there on the travel as losing her footing. Going through the middle was Bridget Paul. Able to collect that board. Second effort. They're going to say it was last touched by the Falcons out of bounds, but that's the third time we've seen it now. Ludlowe running that 2-3 zone and just full swing both ways. They'll go all the way to the right and quickly get it back before the adjustment can be made by the defense.
If I were Ludlowe, not right now, but soon you may want to go into man-to-man defense just to kind of change it up and give a different look for this Trumbull Eagles offense.
And the counter argument against that man-to-man that I think Coach Kinsley is thinking about here is probably just the height advantage inside. As you can see, they've had the opportunity to double and triple team Tucci when she gets it in the paint.
Yeah, that's a problem with Fairfield Ludlowe, is they're lacking size. That really does hurt them. You're coming up against a Trumbull team ranked 4th in the state with someone like Tucci, who is just a presence, big presence down low. But a nice rebound there by Fairfield Ludlowe.
And that was Bridget Paulman, and that's an okay possession defensively. Survive and don't allow the Eagles to come away with one there. They're struggling shooting from behind the arc right now. But again, Chris, those are the shots we expect Trumbull to take here. If the Falcons are going to sit in that 2-3 zone, open threes should be there all night.
They're definitely going to try and take a lot of shots because they're going to have a lot of possession time, and they're definitely going to wear down this Falcon defense, Frank.
Tucci looking up court. Great read that time by O'Leary. Took it away, trying to go to the rack. Goes up strong and gets the bucket. Well done there. A nice play from the junior captain.
Yeah, nice job there by O'Leary, going all the way, finishing strong.
She's got 5 points now as it goes inside. Thrown over to Tucci, goes up, and another bucket for her. 9 points in this first quarter with under 20 remaining. And the press back on for the Eagles. Just getting over before that 8-second clock as O'Leary tried to pass one inside. Hobbled around. 2-1, and that is how the quarter is. 7 lead over the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. We'll be back with more high school hoops after this on the HAN Network.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top quality, high fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
Back on the HAN Network at Trumbull High School. Falcons and Eagles battling it out in Tuesday night. High school hoops on the HAN Network. Another out-of-town update. You've got the 8-1 Greenwich Cardinals and 8-1 Ridgefield Tigers.
This Falcons defense to not give this Eagles team a lot of space to shoot, because we've seen how good these Eagles are at shooting and how well they can distribute the ball and get three-point looks, Frank.
Thank you, Chris. And he makes a great point, Kevin. When you think about Trumbull had a lot of looks that last quarter, they've got to feel lucky to do the Falcons that it's only a 6-point game.
Yeah, turnovers like this are going to kill them all game, though.
Good defense that time from Paulman denying Tucci, but if you are Coach Tinsley and the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons, can't expect Trumbull to continue missing open threes, as they were, I won't say terrible from behind the line, but not as good as you would expect them to be for a 10-0 team.
And just right there, you saw Tucci with a great look there. Unfortunately, couldn't get it to rattle in. But if she continues to get looks like this and you continue getting turnovers, this lead is only going to get bigger, Frank.
Tucci had 9 points in that first quarter, led all scorers. For the Falcons, it was O'Leary who had 5. The score still 13-7. This one kicked outside, open jump shot, gets a friendly roll, and her first bucket for Victoria Ray, one of those 3 senior captains. And we get our first foul of the game, 2.
Yeah, just a quick little reaching call there. Nice defense there, nice hustle. But the referee's going to call that.
First foul coming over 9 minutes into this one as the press continues on.
Boy, Frank, I tell you, these inbounds are getting pretty close to 5 seconds. Ludlow's got to be careful with this.
That was very, very close to 8 seconds that time, too. They try to dump it inside, but it is turned over. Taylor Brown with the takeaway. Up court, here's McGuire. Ray with it. All the way over to the corner now. Tucci inside with the right hand, too strong. On the board controlled by Paulson. But again, great ball movement on that possession from the Eagles.
And a good look again by Tucci. Unfortunate again, that one just couldn't get in. It's 2 shots now that just rim off.
And you got to figure you keep dumping it in there as long as they're going to give you that one-on-one matchup, because there is no one right now on the floor for the Falcons who can match up with Tucci.
It's such a disadvantage for the Falcons, Frank. You got to keep looking down to Tucci. And this is actually a good timeout here by Tinsley.
We will take it with Coach Tinsley with 5:58 remaining, a 15-7 lead for the Trumbull Eagles. We will be right back with more high school hoops after this on the HAN Network.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign up now for InSports High School Passing League. These 7-on-7 teams formed by area high schools offer a great way for football players to stay sharp in the off-season. 3 weekly 6-week sessions will be offered from December 1st through January 5th, January 12th through February 16th, and February 23rd through March 30th. For more information, visit insportscenter.com. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Back on the HAN Network, Frank Renito, Kevin Coleman, and Chris Kutzo on the call for you tonight. We have got the undefeated first-place Trumbull Eagles hosting the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. Tuesday night hoops here in the FCIAC. Good start to this one. A little slow in the second quarter, but we've seen a lot of good things from both teams so far, Kevin.
Yeah, you know what? We mentioned it in the pregame how, despite their record, this Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons team, keeps up with everyone. This is a team, they've had a lot of heartbreaking losses. This is a game, obviously, they'd love to have. This is a very tough opponent for them, but this is also a team that could really cause problems for teams who are on the outside looking in, maybe even on the bubble, trying to get into that tournament late in the season. A great look there by O'Leary. They're getting good looks.
Those are the first points of the night for Paige O'Connell. Sophomore getting on the board as another offensive rebound this time. Extends a possession. Taylor Brown will slow it down now for Trumbull. Trap coming, but it allows that open opportunity as Brown swings all the way around the defense to the far corner. And that shot no good. Another missed 3 early on here from Trumbull.
Good look by Taylor Brown, though. Good rotation on the ball. Just rimmed out. Good look, though.
And we saw that coaching adjustment there, Kritz, as another bucket knocked down. This one a 2-pointer by Julia Kalika. But, Chris, you saw Ludlow going to try with the trap now defensively.
Yeah, they definitely are. But the thing that Trumbull is doing good so far is they're running the offense through their bigs. Tucci, she's been unstoppable. And like you said, you made a very good point where there is no one on the floor that could really match up with her. And they're just having a great old time getting the ball inside, Frank.
Brown off the mark again. Team like Fairfield Ludlow, where you're on opposite ends of the standings, you can't let them hang around missing shots like this early on.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Frank. But at the same time, Taylor Brown, such a good three-point shooter. Keep feeding her the ball. This is something that I've been talking about all season long. For shooters, keep shooting. She'll find her stroke. Good offensive rebound, though, by Ida.
Ida Bocci follows up her own shot, grabs the rebound, and we're back to a 2-point game. And I do agree. It's the same with Tucci inside. If Brown is open, keep feeding her. She's going to find her shot. And they get another look for her again. This one well off the mark. Might have been a heat check there.
They're going to look for Taylor.
And the foul. And the Falcons off the Bridget O'Leary bucket with an opportunity to take the lead.
Great finish there by O'Leary, taking it to the hole. And
as O'Leary to give the Falcons their first lead of the night. Well done there. 8 points on the night for Bridget O'Leary.
And listen, Frank, this is why I like that timeout by Coach Kinsley there. Talk things over, slow it down. Great look inside for Tucci, though.
No good. Second effort was blocked. Now Tucci again buying space, and she'll draw the foul. Go to the line to shoot 2. A good job that time by Julia Keckler to extend the possession off that first Tucci miss.
Yeah, good instinct there by Keckler. Grab that offensive board, feed it back to Tucci. She'll go to the line shooting 2.
First free throws of the night for the Eagles. Tucci knocks down the first, now with 10 points in the game. Our first of the second quarter. We are tied at 16 again.
You talk about impact players, Frank. Tucci is an impact player for the Eagles. She's great inside the paint. She's even better. She's got a great shot. She's got a lefty shot, smooth, good rotation on the ball. And she's a good player.
Confidence with both hands. Good job this time as the Falcons quickly able to beat that press. And Chris, we saw it again on that possession. Right back inside did Trumbull go, getting Tucci involved when she gets checked back in.
They're just going to try and keep exploiting the space in the interior, Frank. But one thing that Ludlowe is doing really well is they're playing great transition offense. And when they get inside and they can't get a look in the post, they're swinging it out to the perimeter and getting a good shot.
Thank you, Chris. We've got an update for you on the Trumbull-Ludlowe boys game as the Eagles hold a 20-12 lead at halftime from Fairfield Ludlowe High School. 17-60 with 2:57 remaining here. As another shot down in the corner. No, driving to the rack this time up off the glass. No good. Able to save it? No, they're going to say she stepped out of bounds as Kristen Pagliaro just couldn't control that one.
You talk about a good start for both programs, boys and girls teams, really getting off to great starts in basketball. You know, these are two see
all 5 players getting in on the action that time, but the shot blocked. No, possession extended inside. Oh, good look.
Kalika there. I would have liked for her to go up on her own, but again, good look inside. Good defense by the Eagles.
Stockton-esque inside on that play.
I like that. There you go.
Trumbull with a 1-point lead. Expanding her range this time. Tucci from the free throw line knocks down.
And Tucci again. Great player all around. She's an impact player, Frank. Expect to see her getting some awards come the end of the year.
Of course, it's a Trumbull team that lost in the FCIAC semis last year and then lost in the second round of state, so they have got their eyes on a lengthy postseason run this season. Remember, these two teams met in the FCIAC quarterfinals last year in that 3-6 matchup. Good steal this time inside. As Paige O'Connell read it perfect. They've got experience back. Some of the most talented players in this conference.
You know, you look back at that Stanford game, they beat them. You know, that was a great game. We could see the Tigers and the Eagles square off against each other. You know, come deep in the postseason time. It could get there. Doesn't have to necessarily.
2 and 3 in the FCIAC. 30 seconds remain in the quarter. And finally going to take a timeout and draw up a play now is Coach Kinsley. Not liking the matchup against Claudia Tucci. Let's go across the court to Chris Kutos. We're going to stay here through this break. Chris, good job by the Falcons being patient on that possession, not forcing up a shot. Strong defense coming from the Eagles, though, not allowing anything easy.
They're definitely going to have a handful on defense, Frank. Obviously, the Eagles have that size, but for the Falcons, they're doing a lot of time. They're getting a lot of time in their own possession, their offensive possession here, because they're able to just move the ball around like Trumbull. But we're definitely going to see the Eagles probably try and continue to exploit that interior offense, Frank.
Thank you, Chris. And again, we have seen smart ball movement, I think would be the right word, Kevin, from both these teams, working around the perimeter, making the extra passes to find open shots.
You're right. Here it is. High percentage shot there. Air ball, but, you know, a good look. It's a good look. You're going off the pick. You got an open 3. You're down 3. Take it. But expect to see Trumbull work for the last shot here, Frank.
15 seconds on the clock and a 3-point lead. They dump it inside, going up quickly, and the foul. Able to convert was McGuire. A strong bucket.
Nice job by Victoria Ray there. I think she caught the defense a little off guard. She really pushed the pace up court. She looked down low. Good finish there for Aisley McGuire.
Hits the free throw, and the lead up to 6 now.
For the
An opportunity for the last shot.
We'll see what they look here. Maybe they try and find Tucci. Maybe Victoria Ray goes for a quick shot.
Ray's shot at the buzzer, off the mark, no good. So the score will be 22-16 at the half. The number 1 Trumbull Eagles on top. Let's stay here. Our own Chris Kutzo is going to have a moment now to speak with Coach Sarah Kinsley. We'll wait while he pulls her aside. Kevin, first half there, what did you see from both teams?
Yeah, I thought actually Ludlowe came out pretty strong. They're keeping pace with this Eagles team. The Eagles doing a great job moving the ball around, looking down low to Tucci. I think for the second half, look for Taylor Brown. She got a couple shots in. She's a good shooter. If she can get going, look out for her. Overall, good first half. I thought that last bucket, though, by the Eagles, really strong finish at the end of the half.
Let's go now across court side to our own Chris Kutzo, who is joined with Coach Sarah Kinsley of the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons.
Coach, we obviously know how good Trumbull is and how great of a season they've had.
The first shot. On defense, we definitely have targeted their shooters and worked on boxing out and keeping them from getting more than one opportunity on offense.
Now, we know what type of size Trumbull has, but you guys have some speedy guards. What do you have to do to continue that success in the second half?
We definitely need to run the fast break and look to push the ball up the court as soon as we get a rebound. With that being said, we need to look before we pass it to keep down on the turnovers.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck second half.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Coach Kinsley. Kevin, a good first half. Trumbull on top, 22-16. Let's step aside. We'll be right back with the second half of action from Trumbull High after this on the HAN Network.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our mortgage web center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christie's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christie at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com. In your fitness and health goals? Find what you're looking for at Elevation Spin, Train, and TRX in Georgetown, Connecticut. Elevation Spin gives you purposeful spinning workouts inspired by the road. We encourage monitoring of heart rate and energy zones. Elevation also offers customized personal training with dedicated professionals passionate about helping you reach your goals. And let us motivate you to reach greater performance and functionality with TRX suspension training, using your own body weight for an incredible dynamic workout. Located at 4 Old Mill Road in Georgetown, call Elevation at 203-544-9503 or visit elevationspintraintrx.com for more.
At In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, In Sports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign up now for In Sports High School Passing League. These 7-on-7 teams formed by area high schools offer a great way for football players to stay sharp in the off-season. 3 weekly 6-week sessions will be offered from December 1st through January 5th, January 12th through February 16th, and February 23rd through March 30th. For more information, visit insportscenter.com. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909. What's happening up in Hartford and what's trending in the Nutmeg State?
Join Kate Chaplinsky
And Josh Fisher
on CT Pulse live Wednesdays at 12:30 to find out.
We talk to the leaders and newsmakers while breaking down the stories you should be paying attention to each week.
With the help of HAN's editorial cartoonist Doug Smith, we take a humorous look at the news of the week. We talk about everything you were told you should avoid bringing up in polite company.
CT Pulse, Wednesdays at 12:30 on the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network. Back on the HAN Network, and we go back down courtside now. Chris Cuzzo is joined with head coach Steve Tobish of the Trumbull Eagles. Chris.
Coach, we obviously saw a very feisty Falcons offense there, but you guys definitely have the size advantage. What do you guys have to do to pick it up in the second half?
Yeah, Ludlow is playing really hard right now. I thought our girls were playing pretty good defense. We're just not finishing the possession. We really got to box and go chase the rebound. Ludlow's getting some easy extra second chance points and scoring opportunities.
Now with Claudia Tucci, she's able to get the ball inside quite easily, but how can you swing it to the perimeter and get some three-point looks?
Yeah, we got to get a little more dribble penetration right now against their defense. We're settling for the jump shot a little too much, and we're a terrific jump shooting team, but we got to get in the gaps a little and create some easier scoring opportunities for some of our girls.
Coach, thanks so much, and good luck second half.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Chris. And you heard it right there, Kevin. They've got to get some more open looks using that dribble penetration, getting to the gaps, but really the story of that first half for me, Trumbull had a lot of open looks that didn't fall, that we've become used to seeing them hit.
Yeah, especially with Tucci's half. You got to think that the message at halftime was to finish as well. That's something that we expect to see here in the second half for Trumbull.
And I agree. I think it's finished. You don't have to change much. You're off to a very strong start. You're controlling this game. It's a matter of hitting shots, and I'd like to get Chris's opinion on this now. Chris, you look at the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons trailing by only 6.
Their record indicates. Obviously, at 1-9, you would think that this team is obviously struggling, but they're really playing hard with this Eagles team, and I think that they should be able to keep it up in the second half as long as they continue to pass the ball, get open looks, and try and get those transition points.
And speaking of those transition points, the press I expect to really see turned up, Kevin, from the Eagles at the start of this second half.
Yeah, just like the Richfield Tigers, they press often and early. This is a team that's going to continue to press you all game long. The zone press or the man press, this intimidates, opponents. And you can tell that, at times it really was intimidating this Falcons team. Yes, they broke it a couple of times and actually looked really great passing the ball around, getting to half court and, starting their offense that way. But this is a great defense that we've seen so far, Frank. Strong finish, but boy, this is a really good Eagles team, and I'm impressed with what I'm seeing so far on the defensive side.
Let's quickly take a look at some of the out-of-town scores here. We'll go with the girls. We mentioned Ridgefield on top of Greenwich, 23-12. For the boys, Darien, a 23-14 lead over Danbury at halftime. Trinity, 13-8 over New Canaan at the end of the first. That's in boys as well. Ridgefield boys with a 42-19 lead over Greenwich at halftime. So the Tigers finally figuring out some scoring there without Brendan McNamara still injured. And in the Ward-West Hill game, a game we're very closely watching, if Fairfield Ward wins, we've got an undefeated matchup on the HAN Network on Thursday night. A 100-point first half, 55-45 in favor of the Mustangs, who actually trailed 24-20 after one.
Yeah, wow. You talk about what a matchup we're going to have Thursday. That's going to be very exciting.
Will be a lot of fun from Wilton High School when we get the boys Warriors and the Ward Mustangs.
And Frank, I can just tell you, from a former player's perspective, playing at Wilton is a hostile environment, especially for boys and girls basketball. Boy, that's going to be an exciting atmosphere.
Should be a lot of fun. This should be a very fun second half, too, now, as the Falcons look to trim away at the 6-point lead with the first possession in the second half, and the mid-range jumper knocked down. O'Leary gets into double figures as she picks up her first points of the second half.
Coming out of the half, you saw Bridget O'Leary actually taking some jump shots from there, warming up.
Collision on the floor, everyone okay. Trumbull avoids that early turnover. Dumping it down low, good defense this time. As the Eagles now stuck to the outside. Ray inside to McGuire, all the way down to Tucci, up with the left. She draws the foul. It will go on Aaron O'Leary.
And Frank, that side, that disadvantage down there is not even fair. You can talk about number 30, Aaron O'Leary, and you talk about Claudia Tucci.
Knocks down the free throw. Tucci led all scorers in the first half. She had 13 points. She was one of 2 players to have more than 5. The second free throw, no good. The other player, of course, was Bridget O'Leary for the Falcons. As it will be Kalika bringing it up, handing off to Aaron O'Leary. Top now, Bridget. 6:45 remaining in a 5-point game. Kalika. 3-pointer on the way. Off the mark, no good. And there was a great example of that box out, Kevin.
There it is right there. You muscle your opponent out, you'll get that rebound. Again, Taylor Brown, great look, but there's Tucci helping her out there with the offensive rebound and put back. Good look.
And the Falcons have got to push the pace here now. Well done.
Yeah, well done is right, Frank. That was picture perfect.
Great patience that time, as you could hear the fans growing a little restless urging Fairfield Ludlowe to gain up court. Lika crossing to her left, mid-range jumper. No good. See if the hand check was on the floor or if they will award 2 shots to Kalika. Oh, they're going to say it was an offensive foul, Kevin, excuse me. Seven-point game with 6 minutes remaining. Open look in the corner, McGuire, short, offensive board. Another example of the ball movement and the patience.
And you stole the words right out of my mouth there, Frank. Great look inside there by McGuire for Tucci. But yeah, that ball movement, very pretty by the Eagles.
And Chris, the Falcons just do not have an answer inside right now for Claudia Tucci.
That has just been the key matchup all night, and Claudia Tucci is just taking advantage of this poor Falcons interior defense.
Can coach a lot of things, Kevin, but size is not one.
Fairfield Ludlowe, a little slow in the half court there. Very lucky that what they didn't call for 8 seconds.
Trailing by 9. The Falcons still running their offense. Rightfully so. No need to get impatient yet and start chucking up shots. As driving through the lane that time was Paulman, and she draws the foul to head for the line for 2.
And Frank, I like what you just said there. There's no need to, put up, negative shots. And that was actually a great job by Bridget Paulman there. Those are the type of looks that if you're Ludlowe, keep going for. Get to the line. You get your free points and you climb back into this game. They're down 8. They could trim this down to 7.
Paulman's first point of the night. She had been held scoreless through the first half. Able to hit both free throws there. Controlling now McGuire. Up top, here's Ray. Good look in the corner. And Brown with a little runner in the lane. Grabs her own board. They're going to say she went over the back as Brown. Still struggling early on here, trying to find her stroke.
Yeah, Frank, good call by the referee there. That was over the back over Paulman. Easy call for the referee there. Here's that press. Got to break it.
More time. Falcons able to handle the pressure.
Boy, feels like every time they're coming up the court, they're flirting with that 8-second violation.
They're using all 7.9 that they are given as Paulman's shot no good.
What a pass.
To McGuire, and she'll draw the foul, falling to the floor. Great look that time in transition by Keckler.
That's something that coaches love is when players look up court. You have great vision. You can look up court and pass it up like that. Great look.
Hasling McGuire with her first point of the second half, now up to 4. And the lead back at 8. Again out of town, Trinity Catholic with a 28-21 lead over New Canaan at the half in boys hoops. For the girls, the Ridgefield Tigers, a 36-18 lead over Greenwich.
Wow.
As a Greenwich team, 8-1 on the season. They are 6-0 in conference play. The only other team in the conference who is still unbeaten besides those Trumbull Eagles we're watching right now.
And a great block there. Here's Taylor Brown. You can tell she's hungry for those points. Great finish inside.
It's McGuire again, and Coach Kinsley will take a timeout and try to slow down the momentum. It is 31-20, 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We'll step aside and be back with more high school hoops right after this on the HJN Network.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Halfway through the third quarter, the Eagles with their largest lead of the night. Nice active hands there on defense. Job by Ludlowe staying with it, though. He's driving to the rack, going up strong off the glass. Got the bucket to fall.
Great job by O'Leary there. Little jab step to the hoop. Pretty move.
A strong, confident move as this one swung around. Megan Lesko getting her first action tonight for the Eagles as the offensive board by McGuire. And she's going to go back to the free throw line again. McGuire, a name we are calling very often here in this third quarter.
Seems like these last 2 or 3 minutes or so, she's really been playing great. Good hustle there to get the offensive rebound. She gets a trip to the line.
So McGuire looking to stretch the lead back to double digits. Unable to as that one goes in and out off the front and back rim. Second miss from the free throw line tonight by the Eagles. Second one no good. Strong offensive board from Paulman.
Those are 2 free throws I'm sure McGuire would love to have back.
Alika showing off the handles, going behind her back. Top, and it's O'Connell, and this one taken away. Kelly O'Leary came up with the steal, but fell victim to the trap, and it was turned right back over as that one found the hands of a waiting Aaron O'Leary. Unfortunately, she was in a blue jersey.
A couple O'Learys tonight, Frank. Some good Irish last names.
You know this is an Italian broadcast. Calm down. Here is Aaron O'Leary up top with 2:40 remaining. Alika will wisely slow it back down.
Yeah, very mature move there. Almost a dangerous pass, though. There's that Trumbull defense.
Paulman trying to post up inside. Open 3 for Aaron O'Leary, but it missed everything. And coming up with the board that time was Megan Lesko. And the Eagles will slow it down. Chris, the last 2 minutes since that timeout, a little bit of sloppy play as we've seen some forced issues here, I think, from both sides.
Back and forth the turnovers go, but in all ultimate reality, the Eagles are just continuing to get inside at will, and they'll look to continue that advantage down the stretch here, Frank.
Thank you, Chris. In the boys' Trumbull and Ludlowe matchup tonight, the Eagles have a 33-26 lead after 3 quarters.
Yeah, close game in that one.
7 points heading into the final frame. And just to quickly go back to that Ward-Wilton matchup we'll have on Thursday. A 3-pointer off the mark. Another offensive board. Runner in the lane, this time off glass. Bank stays open in Trumbull late, Kevin.
Yeah, Ludlowe has to box out there. I know they have their small team out there right now. They have to box out.
But back to that Ward-Wilton comment I wanted to make. You think about this Wilton team who has got 7-8 players capable of getting hot at any moment in time from behind the 3-point line. You've got a Ward team that's now scored 55 points in the first half. Over under 160 points for that Thursday matchup.
That again, that's just going to be, you see Chris Kutzo on the opposite side laughing over there, but it really could be the over because both these teams, you talk about high octane offense. These two teams know how to score, and it's going to be a really fun matchup.
It will be a lot of fun. That game Thursday night on the HAN Network. Wilton, one of 2 remaining undefeated teams in the FCIAC. The other Fairfield Ward in action tonight at West Hill. We will keep you posted on that game. Another team who's been very surprising in the FCIAC so far this year. The Darien boys team. They have a 36-31 lead over the Danbury Hatters, who was a team we really thought was getting hot of late. That's going to be a travel there, bobbling that one. But you think about that Darien team now, they've beaten McMahon, Trinity, and Trumbull.
Wow. You talk about
4-game win streak they have.
You're right, Frank. You talk about this team, they're playing really well. Another team that really could surprise some people come tournament time. And, Ward Wilton, yes, they're good. But this Darien Blue Wave team can surprise some people. This is a great start for them. A lot of people didn't, picture them to be where they are right now. So really playing well. Let's see if they can continue riding that wave.
We will get – good pun.
Yeah, thank you.
We will get a look at that Darien team later on in the schedule, and we will tell you about that shortly after the final 5 seconds of this quarter as Kalika kicks it outside. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Up, it is good. Knocked down by Ida Bochi. And a big 3 points to trim the lead back to single digits. It is an 8-point game heading to the fourth. 33-25 in favor of the Eagles. Let's step aside. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes of tonight's game right here after this on the HAN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our mortgage web center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what
Back on the HAN Network with the final 8 minutes of play left in this one. It is 33-25 in favor of the Trumbull Eagles. And Trumbull comes in undefeated. Chris Kutzo, 10-0. But they have not played up to their full potential tonight, struggling at times from behind the arc.
Yeah, they certainly have, Frank. But one thing that the Eagles have really stepped up in this half is defense. We've seen them close up the middle entirely. Not getting a lot of transition points is going to be huge for the Falcons down the stretch here.
Thank you, Chris. For these Falcons, Kevin, they just refuse to go away. Is back inside and at it again now in the fourth quarter. Getting us started is Claudia Tucci, but we talked about what can happen when you let a team like Fairfield Ludlowe hang around.
You got to give credit to these Falcons. They've done a really nice job keeping pace. They've been doing it all season long. And there are some games, you go back, there's a game against Greenwich, losing 54-51, right at the end, a buzzer beater. That's a game they could have had. This is a Falcons team that is good. They're disciplined. But you talk about this Trumbull Eagle team, and again, another easy look. It's just too easy for Tucci there. You can't leave her wide open like that.
And there has been one constant to all 4 quarters now, and that is that Claudia Tucci has got off to a hot start in each of them.
Teams coming in the future against Trumbull have to do their scouting report. Know Tucci's is the factor.
Up court this time, it's McGuire in transition. Kalika forced to foul. Can't give up the easy bucket now, trailing by 12.
Strong. Good job by McGuire. Strong. Going up to the basket. She'll go to the line shooting 2. She missed her 2 from the last time she was at the line.
And Chris, a huge benefit for the Eagles in that quarter was with the big lead, they were able to rest Tucci for a majority there down the stretch.
Yeah, we certainly saw a lot of rest for her. We've seen Coach Tobich go platoon in and out here. It kind of reminds me of a few years ago, Kentucky basketball, where he didn't refer it to as reserves. Coach Calipari called that reinforcements.
And that is a great way to look at that. Update on that Ward game, Kevin. 67-60, the Mustangs lead with 3 minutes remaining in the third. All right, turnover here from the Falcons now, trailing by 14. There's Taylor Brown, runner in the lane. Off the back iron, too strong. O'Leary, the rebound that time, it was Bridget. Good ball movement inside, no good. As unable to finish that time was O'Connell.
Yeah, good look inside by Paulman to O'Connell. O'Connell just couldn't finish it there, but strong luck for the Falcons.
Cross-court pass, they skipped through the swing that time. There's Tucci now. As the Eagles in no rush will reset the offense. Victoria Ray outside with it. Tucci in the middle, puts it on the floor with the left hand. McGuire
and the assist.
And Taylor Brown able to get on the score sheet now with that one, as the lead is up to 18. 5:06 remaining, and we will take a quick break. Be right back after this with High School Hoops on the HAN Network.
Want to reach new heights in your fitness and health goals? Find what you're looking for at Elevation Spin, Train, and TRX in Georgetown, Connecticut. Elevation Spin gives you purposeful spinning workouts inspired by the road. We encourage monitoring of heart rate and energy zones. Elevation also offers customized personal training with dedicated professionals passionate about helping you reach your goals. And let us motivate you to reach greater performance and functionality with TRX suspension training, using your own body weight for an incredible dynamic workout. Located at 4 Old Mill Road in Georgetown, call Elevation at 203-544-9503 or visit elevationspintraintrx.com for more.
Back on the HAN Network, following a 10-0 run here to start the fourth quarter. As Coach Tobish might have had a message for the Eagles to finally start to close this one out.
Yeah, you talk about those last 4 to 5 minutes there, really strong. That's where those last 4 to 5 minutes is where you see the bread and butter of the Trumbull Eagles.
Well, Coach Kinsley was obviously pretty upset. Her team was playing so well down the stretch, even into the second half, but they've just had no opportunities inside, and they haven't been able to penetrate on these Trumbull bigs at all, so they're having a tough time getting to the basket.
All right, good job there from Erin O'Leary, who put that one on the floor and went hard to the rack, drew the foul, and she will head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, this is a Ludlowe team. They don't give up, Frank. They have a lot of heart, and you like to see that, especially at the high school level. Finish strong, no matter how many points you're down by, and you see the effort there by Erin O'Leary getting to the rack, going to the line, shooting 2.
You know what I like even more is that the Falcons have missed only one free throw all night, Kevin.
Well, we know you like that. Hashtag Frankie free throws.
As Taylor Brown with an open 3. She's starting to find the stroke now after picking up her first 2.
There it is, Frank.
Quickly got 5 here in the quarter, and the lead is 20.
She's a shooter. And when shooters get cold, you got to keep feeding them the ball. They'll eventually find it.
Tucci comes up with the steal. Victoria Ray with it. Slows it down. Brown wants it. And now she'll direct the offense. McGuire inside. Brown going up. Off the glass, no. It came up short. Last touch, they'll say, by Ludlowe. So Trumbull to maintain possession.
And again, Trumbull been so impressed with their ball movement all game long. It seems like everyone at least gets a touch on the ball before they put it up for points. So impressed. And Victoria Ray, with the ball right now, she's been excellent on both sides of the court.
Mid-range jumper. Oh, good, but another offensive rebound as a possession prolonged. And finished that time by Keckling.
Keckler having a strong fourth quarter here, Frank. Really impressed with her play.
For the Falcons, they have only 3 seniors on the roster, Kevin.
Yeah,
2 of them who aren't playing tonight.
It's hard. You need that senior leadership sometime. That's something that this Trumbull Eagles team has. Great 3-pointer there by McGuire. But it's hard when you get hit by the injury bug like the Ludlowe Falcons have. It's not easy.
51-28, 2:42 remaining. Let's step aside. We'll be right back with more high school hoops after this on the HJN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our mortgage web center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back on the HAN Network. Don't forget that we are right back in action tomorrow night. Of course, your coffee break with Kate Chaplensky at 11 a.m. Got CT Pulse with Josh and Kate at 12:30. Nutmeg Sports, Kevin will join us at 2 o'clock. And we've got high school hockey for you. It's a Wednesday night rivalry game. Greenwich and New Canaan at 6:30 from the Darien Ice House. We will have live action of that tomorrow night. At the end of the third quarter, Ward with a 76-65 lead over West Hill. Chris, last 2 minutes and 40 seconds in this one. Trailing now by almost 20 points. Excuse me, by 23 points. What do you want to see from these Ludlowe Falcons down the stretch?
I think that obviously they just have to continue to play hard here. I know it's tough being down 23 points, but they have to remember that they're down to a exceptionally good Eagles team. You know, number 4 in the state for Game Time CT polls. I think that they definitely have to come away pleased with for a majority of the results here during the game.
Really, it's just been a tough fourth quarter that has blown this one open. They're ranked 4th by Game Time CT. In the overall standings, Kevin, the Falcons sit at number 2 right now, 10-0 with 61 power points, trailing only Enfield. Big three-pointer that time from Bridget Pullman. Cuts the lead down to 20.
You know, the whole state of Connecticut, you know, has some really strong basketball teams on the girls' side. And obviously a lot of that has to do with that UConn women's team. You talk about them, you know, they just had that great feat just last week. You talk about, you know, a team like that giving girls like these motivation. And it really is cool to see.
A lot of those talented teams come from within the FCIAC too. There's a little run here for the Falcons. Lily Trom with that bucket. 51-33 now. That's going to be a travel. I was unable to hold her pivot foot that time was Jess Lipinski. And for these Eagles, Chris, now getting a lot of those younger players in, it's been a benefit for them this season. They've got a point differential of plus 149, so they're getting a lot of experience top to bottom for all these girls.
Yeah, it's got to be good for Coach Tobich to get all these girls in. Obviously, varsity playing time is a big deal, and you want to try and take away a lot of experience going into your junior and senior seasons.
And we were talking about this before. Only those 3 seniors on the roster for the Falcons. Is inside, getting that one to go is Megan Lesko. There are a lot of juniors and some key sophomores getting big minutes for this Ludlowe team, Kevin, who has got a very bright future moving forward here.
Yeah, you know, Chris touched upon it, how important it is. You know, getting varsity minutes as an underclassman means something. And you know, you get those jitters out of the way. You know, you're getting your early minutes here on the varsity level. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for you, big deal for your family. You know, this is an important time for these girls, and you know, to get early varsity minutes like that, good to see. And you talk about that bright future they have. You know, it's there. But for Ludlow, you talk about as well, they have a lot of underclassmen as well. So big turnaround. I think they're going to turn around, especially, you know, in the next year or season.
Looking ahead on the schedule for both these teams, Trumbull will take their Laurelton Hall before coming back home to play the West Hill Vikings. For Ludlow, they're against Trinity at home, Shelton at home, New Canaan at home, and then back on the road at Central with 4.3 seconds remaining on the clock. As Paulman's going to have to hurry to get one off here. partially blocked, and it will not reach. But a good effort despite a tough loss. The Eagles remain undefeated, 53-35, your final score. Let's step aside quickly. When we get back, we'll be joined with our player of the game for an interview right here on the HAN Network.
New experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center, 95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the new 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Back on the HAN Network, an 18-point win for the Trumbull Eagles. And let's start with the Ludlowe Falcons, Kevin, who I thought played a very strong game. It was a tough fourth quarter where they were outscored heavily, but when you think about the effort that was put forth, again, you saw it on display. This really, the 1-10 record now does not do any dignity for this team.
You're right, it does not. This is a really strong team, Frank. A lot of heart. A lot of hustle, too. I thought they did a nice job. Really strong finish, even though they did lose 53-35. Really good game for them. Thought they moved the ball well around. You know, there was things that I liked, things that they will need to improve on. But, you know, they have a great coach in Sarah Kinsley. And, you know, this is a team, you know, they only have 3 seniors. So a bright future for them, for the Ludlowe Falcons.
For the Trumbull Eagles, now 11-0. They are actually, by virtue of power points, moving into first place in the state of Connecticut. And a slow start, some poor shooting allowed.
She had a great game tonight. I thought they did a nice job of getting her the ball down low, you know, especially with the size disadvantage. You know, they really did a nice job of doing that. Taylor Brown, you know, she's got a great shot tonight. Just, you know, wasn't going in for her. She got 1 3-pointer coming towards the end. Keep feeding her some threes. She'll get it. You know, you talk about a shooter who, you know, if she can knock him down, you know, she's unconscious from 3. She's a great player. There are a lot of great players in this team. I thought Victoria Ray, really nice job tonight at the point, doing a nice job facilitating the offense. The moving the ball around, the ball movement was so impressive to me, Frank. That really stood out to me in their defense. You know, you talk about that full court press they put on. And then even on the half-court press, when the offense is, you know, moving the ball around, especially for Ludlowe Falcons, I thought their defense was really great. The boxing out tonight, I thought both teams struggled. The free throws, you know, you talk about Ludlowe Falcons, what they did great. I thought the free throws were excellent tonight.
Only 1 missed free throw tonight, and it's a moral victory that obviously is tough to take a lot out of. Again, Asling McGuire and Julia Keckler, the 2 juniors in the starting rotation, really played a big role. Offensively, though, the size, too much for the Falcons to handle. We won't have a player of the game with us tonight, it doesn't look like. Oh, hold on, never mind. We'll have one shortly. Let's quickly give you a couple of out-of-town scores, Kevin, as Chris gets ready to be joined by Claudia Tucci. New Canaan has climbed back into the game against Trinity Catholic. They trail 42-41 at the end of 3. Trumbull boys, a 43-39 winner over the Ludlowe Falcons. Ridgefield girls, a 20-point lead over Greenwich, 50-30 at the end of the 3rd. Final for boys basketball, Darien 48, Danbury 41.
Wow.
5-1 now are the Darien Blue Wave
Wow.
in the FCIAC conference. But let's go down courtside with our player of the game, Claudia Tucci, who's joining our own Chris Kutzo.
Claudia, you had an exceptional game and a great second half at that.
Ball in the offense to create scoring options.
Now, Coach Tobich said to me in a timeout, this was a better team than their record indicated. What can you take away from this game in order to face teams like Ridgefield and Greenwich that are actually playing each other tonight?
Defense could get better, but right now it's really good.
All right, Claudia, thanks so much. And your HAN player of the game. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Chris. Kevin, great one tonight. We're back at it tomorrow night from the Darien Ice House. We've got Greenwich and New Canaan in boys hockey. Puck drop at 6:30. Of course, you have got your coffee break with Kate Chaplinsky at 11 a.m. Josh Fisher will join her at 12:30 for CT Pulse. Kevin and I have got highlights and full breakdown of this and all the other games at 2 o'clock for Nutmeg Sports. Final score, Trumbull 53, Fairfield Ludlowe 35. The Eagles 11-0 on the season, 8-0. They are the leaders in the FCIAC. The